Hello everyone, welcome to my podcast. First, let me introduce myself. I'm Kobaha. I'm an intuitive spiritual facilitator and crystal therapist. I live in northern Arizona. You can find information about my sacred work on my Facebook page and YouTube channel at Mystic Dragonfly Whispers. On today's episode, I'm going to talk about the importance of regular spiritual practices. This is a time to awaken to a higher power and dedicating ourselves to our spiritual path. This is a powerful time for laying the foundations and setting forth on a transformational journey that will unfold for many years to come. This is the time to make our spiritual path our priority, dedicating ourselves to a regular spiritual practice. It's about making it a part of everything we do every day. What comes to your mind when you hear about personal development or improvement? It may be defined in different ways depending on how we look at it. The truth is that in order to achieve a better life, we need to balance the relationship between our mind, body, and soul. This can only be achieved if we also engage in some spiritual practice. There is a special way in which spirituality impacts the life of a person, and this is what makes it very important. There are different definitions of spirituality. All of them are correct. What works for one person may not work for another. At its core, spirituality is the desire to understand one's purpose, both about one's life and also the relationship with everything and everyone. It often leads to the belief or feeling that something bigger than ourselves is at work. I have found helpful to have some kind of ritual or spiritual practice that I can use. It brings me back to my center during the day. This is true especially when I feel that something is not aligned within me and I find it difficult to connect to my higher self. I define spiritual practice as something I do every single day that draws me deeper into who I really am by connecting me with my divine self. The practice part means just that. I do it daily, over and over, not in a gross way, but rather in a this is what makes me who I am way. But how on earth do you actually do it? Well, first, you have to admit that your practice is essential and something you must do. Next, you must designate, carve out, and stick to the time for it, often letting go of something else in order to keep it alive. I can't emphasize enough the importance of daily rituals on our spiritual path because the repetition of each ritual provides a focal point from distraction. Whatever they are, meditation, yoga, walk in nature, performing affirmations, setting intention or practicing gratitude and forgiveness, they will bring us a stronger connection with Source, balance and transform our lives for the better on so many levels. Some of these rituals help me to stay focused, go with the flow, and manifest a new chapter of my life. Every day, we practice rituals. We brush our teeth, eat breakfast, watch our favorite TV program. We do them with ease and often without much thought. Spiritual rituals hold more meaning, and it's important for our spiritual health and overall happiness to engage in some way on a regular basis. What can become a spiritual ritual may surprise you, and may be something you are already doing. Whatever it is, you are bringing consciousness to it, which allows you to turn inward and reflect. These rituals can be personally meaningful, whether performed alone or with others. Here are a few examples. Enjoy a hobby. Hobbies, dance, poetry, drawing, writing, singing, cooking, gardening are personal. And when you make time for an activity that means something to you, it feeds your spirit. Exercise. Remember, we can't separate the physical from the spiritual. Though moving your body is certainly something you do for your physical health, it can also be a spiritual practice. Often, exercise can be a vehicle to help calm and still the mind, which allows us to be in the present moment. Perform affirmations. Affirmations, whether written down or said aloud, are a daily reminder to yourself that you are moving in the direction you want to move in, or that you are becoming the person you want to be. Breathe mindfully. Taking a few minutes each day to breathe with purpose is one of the simplest rituals you can include in your life. Mindful breathing increases your awareness and brings you into the moment, allowing you to focus on you. Embrace nature. Spending time outdoors and observing your surroundings can help you feel connected to the larger world around you. Just sitting outdoors and taking in all the colors, smells, and sounds can provide comfort, increase your energy, mood, and reduce stress. Set intentions. Whether it's daily or weekly, reflecting on our intentions help us to go through life with consciousness. It allows us to think about what we want to work on and what we hope to achieve in order to maintain spiritual health. Practice gratitude and forgiveness. Particularly in times of stress or difficulty, practicing gratitude can be helpful. Focusing on the positive helps ease worry and pain and brings forth a sense of well-being. Practicing forgiveness is a similar ritual. Take an honest assessment of what happened during the day, and if something doesn't feel right, find forgiveness so you don't carry it with you. These practices are great end-of-the-day rituals that require you to reflect internally. And finally, meditate. If you are committed to a meditation practice, even for just 5 minutes, you can bring yourself into balance. It's about connecting with something larger than yourself. So what are the benefits of having a spiritual practice? Number 1, our purpose. Regularly checking our purpose, our motivation, helps staying on track with what is really important, without all the distractions that may take us away from it. It may be creating a purpose for a specific period or aspect of our lives, or it may be discovering what our purpose actually is, allowing the time and space for it to become more clear and present. Number 2, feeling more inspired. A daily time set aside at the beginning of the day for meditation, for reading an inspiring quote, helps us set the tone for the day, bringing hope and inspiration in our lives. Number 3, letting go of unhelpful patterns. A moment of reflection at the end of the day helps to take stock. What were our challenges and how did we deal with them? What could have been better? What do we need to let go of? Can we decide to try something different next time? Removing our unhelpful habits brings us to our wholeness. Number 4, finding joy. Joy brings meaning to our lives, which can lead us to greater happiness. What can we be happy about and rejoice in? What did we do well today? Celebrating our strength is very important and counteracts any guilt or low self-esteem. It brings us joy and helps us to achieve what we want in our lives. Number 5, remaining in our center. Being aware of our thoughts, our words, and our actions during the day, as each one of them has an effect. This can be practiced anywhere, anytime, while washing the dishes, responding to an email, driving the car, meeting a colleague, etc. It brings a more realistic perspective in our life, being centered and fully present in any moment. Number 6, feel more gratitude. Life moves pretty fast, and if we don't stop and look around once in a while, we could miss it. It can be easy to get swept away in the fast lane and forget to stop and show our appreciation for what we do have. A life well lived is one of gratitude and thankfulness. Number 7, health benefits. In addition to providing meaning to our lives, a spiritual practice has the potential to improve physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Remember, we can't separate the physical from the spiritual. Stronger immune system, lower risk of depression, stress reduction, better sleep. At this time, I can't imagine my life without a spiritual practice anymore. The deepening of my spiritual practice has helped me beyond imagination in all aspects of life. Everyday rituals can bring comfort, create better lifestyle habits, uncover a deeper purpose, and increase our spiritual development.